want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Well, Coach, no precipitation to speak of, but still a very chilly December day in Philly. Winter coats and hot chocolate abound here at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready, break. 50. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check. Check 52. Say.
The first carry now. This is Hill. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
58, right? Yeah. Mike, 58, right?
Wentz now to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And some room to work. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Wentz now on first down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. To throw is Wentz. That's complete to the figure right side. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 16 yards, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to... between the second and the third level.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 53.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Watch tight. Tight. 5-2 on here. Tight is right. What's this?
From the gun, it's Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30.
And an Eagles first down.
Check 26,
First
check
and
26.
10 at the
General
30-yard
West.
line.
On first down, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, G.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Into the red zone. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Bortles. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try.
And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Yeah, Sanders now to return. And an alley to run. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Get ready. He's checking. Sunday. Kill. Bravo. Here.
On first down, Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return.
Watch out, watch out.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Mike 56, Mike.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Check 13. Check nickel.
They'll start the drive with Hill. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Got it? 53, Mike. I got you. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine. Watch quick. There. Check. Lucky. 80 weapon. Hey, orbit.
Now a play fake. Bortles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15.
Greystone, travel. 5. Get it.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Going deep here for Allen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
The Eagles take over 1st 17-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To try again after the sack. Bortles. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On third and long, it's Bortles. And the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On second and 11 now. Wentz, and he fires one incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A second quarter score from down in Houston. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey. Let's go. 52.
From the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And it's good to make it 15-14, 1-point game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Great 15.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check.
Now Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively offensive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw, it's Bortles. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
But just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Catch is made by Arcega right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Wentz throwing complete to Arcega Whiteside. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
At the 47.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They begin to drive with Hill. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Score! Hey, check 24! Check 24! Shoot! Ready!
They run it again with Hill. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready? 360 Pittsburgh. 53. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Deuce. Rock it. Quick. Wide. Get wide. Check 4. Right.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
Tighten up. Hey, alert 3.
Bortles will keep it. Probably helps your confidence level on those fourth down sneaks to have a quarterback as tall as he is.
Yeah, you're talking about being able to extend at the end to make sure the ball gets to the first down marker, but also he has to be able to drop his hips and get down behind that offensive line in order to move forward, because if he just runs it straight up and down, you and I both know that they'll snap him backwards. Well done there, well executed.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Bortles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Bortles. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No 1st down.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Well, Sanders has it poked free, and the Seahawks have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Hey, Charlie.
Watch the boot. 53 to Mike. 50.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Bortles. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And this is complete, it's Allen. And he will score, touchdown Seattle. Keenan Allen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. It's good, and it's now 21-15. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, But some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, check.
Working from the gun, Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here we go. 120. 56. Hey, tight.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. To throw, it's Wentz. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Undercrush.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, let's get that ball. Listen.
Now Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo. 56. Mike.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that will be incomplete. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First down, and it's Hill again. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. On 2nd and 11 now. Bortles. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Brown in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Check, 53 is Mike. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Go. 53 is the mic. 53. Check 53. Hey, we have you. Ready?
Bortles now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
56. 56. Check 56.
Wentz now on first down. And that's complete to Sanders. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now we got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Wentz now on first down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. A gain of 6 there on first. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
They'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
You go tight. You got tight. 61. Matchbox lights.
To throw is Wentz. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Switch. Watch the shift. Check 37. Check 35.
Again, it's Hill. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
On the ready. 53 slide. Check 53 slide. Let's go, D. Look at me. Go. Check. Check 99. Check 99. 49. Get it.
Now Rashad Penny. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's get it.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Now a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Huge first down, got to hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Go!
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right here.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, it's a rare bright spot as they move to 3-10 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.